First of all, that movie had very little to do with me and had a lot to do with everybody else who actually does the work. So it's an honor for me to accept this award on their behalf. They always give me a script, which I'm not going to use. I have two stories to tell. One is funny and one is serious. The serious story first. I didn't know John McCain. I had never met him, but I respected him, and whenever he would walk in a room, I would stand because he earned that honor. Went to the Liberty Medal ceremony in 2017 in Philadelphia, sat in the first row of the stage, and heard the most patriotic, finest political speech I've ever heard in my life, to the point where I could not stop crying. And what we had been going through from 16 through 17, and what John McCain was facing at that particular time he gave that speech, made me bawl like a baby because I could not stop crying, to the point where Vice President Biden was actually making fun of me. You're crying? Yes, I am, because this speech is so necessary for this country and where we were at the moment. The second one is a funny one. Harris-Wofford, Election Day, November, running against Dick Thornburg. I have a friend of mine named Danny Gallagher. Danny Gallagher owns a bar in South Philly, and that's where I grew up. And he used to have Wednesday night crab nights. And we had the job of driving Harris-Wofford around from polling place to polling place on Election Day in South Philly in Danny Gallagher's crab van with stacks of empty bushels of all disgusting crab juice and sauce. He never once complained. I had my head out the window trying not to, it was stinking so bad, it was like a dead body in there. And he never once mentioned the fact that the place stunk bad. And that was what Harris-Wofford was about. He would never complain. So those two titans, I had an opportunity to hear speak and to know, and I'm honored by that. I also want to thank another group of people who basically made me who I am today, and those are the Jesuits. Is anybody Jesuit educated? A person, well, they used to call it, back in the 70s, it wasn't gender correct. It was a man for others. But a person for others, they actually taught you and got into your soul that you're never truly happy unless you're in service to others. Unless you're helping someone on their way in life and making their life better and helping them to make their own lives better, you will never understand what true happiness is. You can be successful and wealthy and have lots of possessions and be famous and be a movie star or whatever, but you'll never understand in here what it is to help someone and serve other people. This is a room full of very happy people because you're all in service to others. I want to thank our service folks in the city. I want to thank all of the volunteers, all the people who are addressing our opioid crisis, working in our schools, working with our kids. All the things that they do enhance all of our lives together, and we need to make this national service something that is inbred in all of us. I heard Senator Coons today at one of our meetings say that in World War II, people had a purpose. They knew it was dangerous. They knew they were sacrificing, but they had a purpose, and that purpose stayed with them through their lives. And the Greatest Generation, if you read it, is an example of how people continue to serve. We need to get our young people, more of our young people, involved in this area to make sure that they understand that service to others is the most important, highest calling we can do. So on behalf... Yep. So, on behalf of all the hardworking volunteers and city employees in Philadelphia, I appreciate this honor and will take it home to them. Have a good evening. Thanks.